Welcome back again. In this tutorial, we will see how we can use a group by clause in the summary queries. Say, for example, we want to find the aggregates, which means the maximum, minimum, or average, or counting something like that for each group of people or each group of entities in a table. Say for instance, we would like to find the subtotal of every vendors that we make a purchase from. Say for example, from vendor number 1 how much we have purchased, vendor number 2 how much we have purchased, like that. In those instances we can use group by clause, right? We will see how it works in SQL Server. I'm going to start a new query. I'm going to use accounts payable database. In this context, I would like to use invoices table, right? So select all from invoices, so that I can see what are the tables rows, columns available: invoice ID, vendor ID, invoice number, invoice date, invoice total. So I would like to see here for each vendors how much we have bought, from each vendors how much we have bought. So this can be done by having select vendor ID and sum invoice total from invoices. So here we see the select clause that selects vendor ID and it sums invoice total. And you might remember from our group by clause example that we discussed in a previous chapter, for each column that you are going to have in a group by clause, you want to have it grouped in the group by, in the select clause. For each column that you have in the select clause, you have to have them in the group by clause, right? Simply group by vendor ID, right? So vendor ID is going to be grouped for each vendor, and then the total of the invoice as total invoice. We can have it separated by a comma so that we can have it more meaningful, and even we can have the average as well, right? So we will find the average also. AVG invoice total as average invoice from invoices. Let me run this. You can find here for each vendor number 34, we have a total invoice of 1200.12, and the average is 600.06, which means it is divided by 2. So what we can do is we can have it counted, right? We will have it counted how many invoices are there, so that we can get a clear picture of the average. Okay, so count vendor IDs. We can count vendor IDs. We will count as number of invoices. So how many invoices are there, we can check exactly. So 1200.12 is divided by 2, and it results in average 600.06. This is finding the subtotals, we can say. And we can apply some more conditions for say for example, we can have order by clause, order by vendor ID. Okay, order by vendor ID, it is ordered now, right? Order by vendor ID. And we can also have something different. We can apply a condition for these group by results, like we want to have the results set displayed for all vendors from whom we have bought by average more than 500. Here you see average is 500, average 188, like that. So if you are going to apply a condition for criteria, filtering criteria for the group by clause, you have to use a having clause, right? It is not like where clause. Where clause comes here, right? So we are not going to have where clause, we are going to have having clause, having average, right? Average invoice total greater than, we will have 500. Okay, 500. Let's run this and see. Yes, only the invoice total with the average of 500, above 500 appear here. The 188 does not appear here. Okay, so this is how we can use the group by clause with the aggregate functions. Also, if you want to apply these where clause, if you want to see how where clause is applied, you can have it here, where vendor ID less than, say for example 83. Let's see, only those up to 82 is appearing here. So where clause is different. Where clause is applied for each rows, and having clause is applied for each group, right, for filtering. So please try out some more different examples, so that you can come out with more meaningful answers, and understanding you can improve, right? So please try it out. Until then, goodbye.